Welcome, welcome to my second installment of my 2021 Ohio State football preview breakdown position by position. This week is the offensive line, which I'm very excited about, more so than I've been in the past, to be honest with you. There's some different things going on that I didn't think would ever go on, honestly. And there's a little bit of a backstory to some of the things happening in that O-line room. So let's just get right into it. First of all, we've heard a lot of talk in the spring about getting the best five out there on the field, which I just thought was just talk. I'll be honest with you initially, until we start seeing actual footage of fall camp, showing the offensive line of Nicholas Petit-Frere at left tackle, with Thayer Munford sliding down to left guard, Harry Miller at center, Paris Johnson at right guard, and then big old Dwan Jones at right tackle. So that is definitely a development, and it looks like that's going to be the direction that the coaches go in, as long as it holds up from what I'm reading throughout fall camp, which is very, very surprising because, coming into this, we figured, hey, we had the best tackles coming back in college football with Thayer Munford at left tackle and NPF at right tackle, right? So we're all excited, and we'll just plug in Paris Johnson at right guard and Matt Jones and whoever else. We heard Josh Fryer was coming on, but now we have this, best five concept, which apparently from listening to interviews and reading articles from the coaches and the quotes was really driven by how good Dwan Jones has been at right tackle. The word dominating was the actual description, which is not surprising. I mean, we saw what he did early on. I don't know if y'all remember the Northwestern game on the road, where he literally took out the whole left side of the offensive line and sprung mass fatigue for a long touchdown run. So the dude is massive and powerful. He was just raw. But now it looks like he's taking it to the next level in pass pro. Because at first I'm thinking, okay, he's just probably dominating in the run blocking. But I'm reading and hearing that he's dominating in pass pro. So you got a man that big, 6'8", 6'9" is what they say. They're saying 350, but I'm thinking he probably 380. That's a big boy. So you got him being excellent in pass pro and mopping cats up in the run blocking. I mean, that's a scary thing. So, but the crazy thing is, and I was talking to some of my dudes about this, just wondering before I actually heard it confirmed in the interviews, like, why would Thayer Munford give up his left tackle spot to kick down to left guard without a fight? You know what I mean? Because, just on the surface, you're thinking the left tackle position is the Cadillac spot in the NFL as far as getting paid on the O-line, right? I mean, the numbers show it that the tackles usually get paid more than the guards. However, looking at the backstory, Thayer Munford actually told Dwan Jones, apparently Dwan Jones was thinking about, he was thinking about his options, maybe transferring out, in the off season. And, basically Thayer Munford said, listen, if you do everything you need to do, take care of business, work hard on and off the field, I will consider sliding down the guard for you to play that right tackle position. That blew me away. That's the next level of the brotherhood that they talk about at Ohio State. So that right there was just like, wow. Not to mention, not only are you showing love for a fellow teammate, but you're potentially taking yourself out of the Cadillac position in the O-line at left tackle. However, my dude Dwan, who is very knowledgeable about the offensive line position, he just made the point that, hey, Thayer Munford has film at left tackle, that shows that he's really good at left tackle. Now he'll have, really good film at guard, potentially. We expect him to. So he was saying any potential of him losing his tackle draft spot will probably be negated by his versatility that he brings to the table by showing on film that he's capable of playing both positions at a high level, which obviously, puts his stock way up there. So I thought that made a lot of sense. So with that said, you got that concept, coming from the team, really like, hey, coaches, do this, because Dwan Jones must be that nasty. You know what I mean? For them to do that and to put this whole thing into place. So, with that said, I'm super excited about this team, mainly because the offensive line is the heartbeat of any offense, period. So we're breaking in a new quarterback. It will be CJ Stroud. And the rest of our quarterbacks, when they come in, will benefit from this O-line as well. So obviously you need good protection and you need good weapons to really help your new quarterback get his footing right, get his feet wet and get comfortable. And so I'm super excited about CJ Stroud and his talent because of the protection he'll have along with the weapons that he'll have. So that's number one, is that I'm sleeping much better at night with a new quarterback who's never thrown a pass in a college game behind that massive and nasty O-line. I haven't even mentioned Paris Johnson, who is a natural tackle, but from every report, they said that he is just nasty and mean and physical on the field. You can go look at his high school film and see that, honestly. And Harry Miller apparently was dealing with an injury last year that I did not know of. There were many moments last year where I went back and watched the games and would just be cringing, like, oh, what are you doing? Like, just, did not look good. Getting beat, looked mentally like out of it at times. However, I think it was a labrum. I don't know if it was a torn labrum that I heard he had and got fixed. So if that's the case, then that explains a lot of the situations where he was just out physical or just couldn't really, do what we thought he could do as a big physical O-lineman. So I expect him to go to the next level. He was young last year too. I expect him to be better. He was a 5-star center. Dude is smart, physical. He'll be all right. So long story short, this O-line should be phenomenal. I'm thinking best in the country. I'm not sure what Alabama got coming back. I know they lost a lot, but we got some dudes on that O-line. So with that said, we also have guys in the second unit that could probably start at another D1 school. And that's what Coach Stud mentioned in the interview. And I agree. Matt Jones was probably supposed to start without this best 5 concept being put into place, right? And then all camp we heard about Josh Fryer, just being an absolute beast and really, lobbying for a starting position himself. So you got Enoch Vamahi, hope I'm saying his name right, at left tackle in the second unit. Josh Fryer, Matt Jones. You got Donovan Jackson, the true freshman 5-star kid who's getting rave reviews saying that he could probably start if he wasn't behind so many talented O-linemen. And then who you got? Let's look at my notes. Luke Whippler. So Fryer, Jackson, Whippler, Jones, and Enoch Vamahi in that second unit. So I was already excited about being able to play a full schedule and see these young kids get in and be able to put up some points and show what they can do. But usually with the second unit, you're like, okay, there's going to be a drop-off. They probably won't move the ball as well because, the guys aren't as good. We got a whole second unit O-line that could probably start somewhere else. Matt Jones has and Whippler, they have experience. They played a little bit last year. Matt Jones looked really good at Michigan State last year. And the other guys are just talented. You know what I mean? So with that said, I expect these guys to get in the second and third team, quarterbacks and receivers, these young receivers, running backs, to get in and really do some damage with that O-line. So I'm excited about that as well. I'm thinking it's probably going to be, maybe 2 or 3 games of hitting 70 points because of that. You know what I mean? Where the drop-off is not as much on the O-line, because that's usually the issue for moving the ball with the second and third units is the lack of O-line ability. So very, very excited about that. We haven't been this deep in the O-line position in years. Remember, we used to have, it used to be scary. We would have 5 guys, maybe 1 spare, and then the rest are just like, I hope, I pray. It's not like that right now, y'all. That's very, very exciting about this unit. So, so with that said, I expect the depth chart to be put out by next week. I think it's already pretty much in place after this weekend scrimmage. I mean, Coach Day said about 2 weeks into camp, they're going to pretty much know what the deal is. Not just with the quarterback position, because that's what they've been asked about a lot, but just about the depth chart, period. I think they pretty much have a good idea, what's going to happen with the depth chart. Because now we're getting close to Minnesota. We're 18 days out. So you got to start prepping for Minnesota. So you can't be, I'm going to use a term my old third grade teacher used to use. You can't be fiddle farting around with who's starting at this point. You got to start making some decisions. And I think that that best 5 O-line is most likely going to go ahead and be solidified in that depth chart, which should be just crazy. And I did my running backs preview last week, and I can't wait to see them boys, Trey Henderson, Mayan Williams, Teague, Evan Pryor, Marcus Crowley, running behind that massive O-line, just mushing dudes. So yes, very, very excited, and I look forward to seeing it. Y'all have any questions, anything you want to chop it up with me about regarding the O-line, please hit me up on the comment section of this post, inbox me, whatever. I love talking football. But yeah, super excited. Next week, I'm going to do the defensive line. Going to be doing the defensive line, really covering, the defensive tackle position, especially determining who's going to play the 1 tech and the 3 tech. Between all our defensive tackle guys, I'm sorry, not Toya, he's with the Browns now. Teron Vincent, Antoine Jackson, Hamilton, all those young guys in that D tackle. We really need them to step up. I believe defensive end is solid, especially with JT Tuimoloau and Jack Sawyer, showing some flashes even as a true freshman. So yeah, we're gonna dig into the D line next week. Appreciate y'all watching, and go Bucks.